Let me see what this looks like once I put the legs down. Is the helmet actually doing something? Let me just take that off. There's a buff when I walk into the water. Depth Strider, Aqua Affinity. What is that buff? It increases the brightness when I'm in the water. I don't know what that is. So given that the legs stick out like this, probably makes sense to not do those. Hey Q. Wesley is reconsidering Deepwood Station, so I might just go over there soon and see what he's doing. In the meantime, I'm working on the bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Put that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe just like move that over by 1. Pull that down by 1. No, that looks fine. That looks perfectly fine. So we should make this symmetrical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 puts us here. 1, 2, 3, 4 puts that there. 1, 2, 3, it's a little close. But there's no... Maybe there is. Maybe we can do this. We can do that. And we move that over by 1. Q says, yeah, it doesn't quite work, does it? It's close enough. I was thinking it had too much glass inside, maybe removing from the entrances, says Q. Possibly. I'm gonna trust Wesley to do... And by trust, I mean I'm just gonna let him do all the hard work of designing the thing. But yeah, maybe a little too much glass. What you said at the very end of last week, Q, about it maybe needing a little more like water and plants, like an arboretum. Is that how you pronounce it? So like more trees, more naturalness, more leaves, more vines, I think. Wesley says that would no longer be a problem. Okay, Wesley is solving our problems. He's like he's a fixer, an architecture fixer. One, two, three, 4, and 5. 2, 3, and 4. In a way, the Deepwood station, like a giant tree, it's one of those things where it's hard for multiple people to work on at the same time because there's no pattern, right? There's no module. Q says, yeah, less of the straight walls everywhere. Well, we'll see about the straight walls. The thing is, it still needs to... Because there's a train station in the middle of it, Q. So at some point, it needs to be mechanical. The bridge is inspired by wooden railways. Have you seen like pictures of wooden railways, Q? Like old wooden railway bridges. That's not right. And then pulling this back, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4. That. Q says, yeah, we have a few trestle bridges locally. Yeah. It's kind of, I mean, it's kind of cool, right? Like the wooden bridges. It seems like it shouldn't be strong enough, but it is. I guess we need more legs. Or do we need more legs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I guess we should have another pair of legs. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So like there and there. Which is kind of strange that it's right next to the tree, but maybe that's fine. 4. It's getting pretty crowded in here, isn't it? 3 and 4. Two and 2 there. This tree really has to go. It's literally right on top of where the column needs to be. 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess the idea is that they chop down the trees in the forest and they use the same trees to build the bridge. Okay, so the legs I think are done. Maybe we need more legs on the other end. Here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we should have something holding up this part. Not sure what happens when it reaches the diagonal bit though. Okay, there, and then maybe that should come down. Oh hey Q, let me know if the video is lagging. My computer seems to be lagging, but I don't know if the stream is lagging as well. And it's possible that the YouTube video is gonna lag. Alright, so the legs are in place. Before I continue, let me go back and see how Wesley is doing. Alright, how much of this have we opened up? Quite a lot. And oh, I see. I mean, okay, it seems to be a little jerky, right? I don't know what it is, Q. I can't figure out why it's lagging. I've tried to look for a problem. Let me check. 2 programs, OBS, Minecraft Windows. I don't know what it is. Okay, so there's a lot more leaves on the inside. I'm just wondering, Wesley, how do you... So when it rains, it's just gonna pour into the station? I mean, it's the reason for the glass. Still thinking about that. Okay, well, while you think about that, let me like be a nuisance. Although the station doesn't have to be closed. No, it doesn't have to be closed. But let's say it's raining, right? It does drip. Yeah, no, not all traces. I know, yeah. But it's raining on me right now, Wesley. Basically, stop whining and just move over a little bit. I mean, in a way, it's kind of rustic. It's got a rustic charm to it. The fact that the roof leaks. Yeah, you know what? Just you know what? Keep going. Just keep going. uh, the yeah, okay. The electronics are dry. It is. It does. It is more consistent with what I thought Deepwood should feel like. I guess in my mind, I just have a hard time fitting together my architecture training and the fantasy of building inside a giant log. Because the giant log is a fantasy, right? It's not real. Whereas architecture school teaches us not to have water pouring inside the building. Q says if I get a vote, that light wood under the letters doesn't fit, in your opinion. Okay. That's probably correct too, Q. Because we want a darker wood to contrast with the light lettering, otherwise you can't see the lettering. And maybe instead of per letter, jungle trees won't grow? Oh, jungle trees are really finicky. Where are you putting them? Yeah, no, they're super finicky. You might be doing on the wrong... Have you tried the other corners? You might be like fertilizing the wrong corner. Maybe it's too close. Do you want to look it up? How to grow jungle? Or maybe like make it taller. If it's taller, it might be easier. Oh, wait. Okay, you found one. If you go higher up, it might clear the, like it might get past whatever is stopping it from growing. Q says I'd make the wood underneath all the way, not just under the letter. Okay, let's do that. Let's go ahead and... Oops. There you go, Deepwood. Now that it's darker, you can't even see the line anymore. Because it just kind of looks like it's in the shadow. So we have a bit of water here, leaves. You know, I don't... We have ferns? Alright, I mean, you don't have to like take this as serious criticism. But these leaves wouldn't grow in the shade, I don't think. It is not. But you feel free to just ignore what I'm saying. I'm just kind of like struggling with the rain leaking through the roof, and they get sunlight, do they? Like you know, like when it's dark, usually it's like broad leaves or like ferns. Anyway, I'm just being a nuisance. Don't worry about it. Hey, do you want flowers in here? Can we fit flowers in here? Where can we put flowers? But flowers have to sit on soil, doesn't it? Q says, I love the complexity of it. Draws the eye in, trying to discern what's behind. Like inside the previous building when looking up. Yeah, so there's layers. Layers behind layers, and so you're trying to like look through one part to see the stuff behind. So like here, like there's the lights, and then there's the leaves, and then there's the sky beyond. So there's this distance, right? Foreground, background. Oh hey, the leaves block the rain, which is unrealistic but interesting. So people can just wander out?